Good evening and welcome to a regularly scheduled meeting of the Common Council for the City of Hartford, Wisconsin. All proper notices were given. I'd like to call this meeting to order and ask if you'd please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, don't kill his crickets.
Jeez. That's funny. Roll call, Shanna.
The mayor and all alderpersons are present except Alderperson Fulop, who is absent and excused.
Thank you very much. We have before us a unanimous consent agenda.
Move to approve,
Moved to approve by President Rusnak,
despite the utility spending a lot of money.
second by Alderperson Turchi.
Motion by Alderperson Rusniak, seconded by Alderperson Turchi, that the following 6 items on the consent agenda are approved by the Common Council. The Common Council minutes of October 24th, 2023, authorizing the appropriate city officials to enter into a hangar land lease for lot number 96, containing 5,600 square feet with William H. Schnell for a 20-year period from January 1st, 2024 to December 31st, 2044, at the annual rate of 10 cents per square foot, authorizing the purchase of 484 AMI Elster electric meters from Primus Marketing for a cost not to exceed $69,696, authorizing the purchase of 504 AMI Elster electric meters from Primus Marketing for a cost not to exceed $73,972, authorizing the purchase of 600 Badger M25 record all disc water meters from Midwest Meter for a cost not to exceed $88,200, and authorizing the purchase of 5 Federal Pacific pad mountain switch gears from Resco at a cost not to exceed $146,758.
Turchi, your committee is spending all our money. Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carried. Thank you. Next, communication. Shanna.
I have nothing tonight, Mayor.
Okay. And from our vast studio audience, this is our time for appearances and citizen comments. Any citizen of the city of Hartford is welcome to come up and address the council for 3 glorious minutes. Just come up to the podium and state your name and address. Calling twice, calling 3 times, and we go to the mayor's report. Mine is a bit sad. I'm just wanted to recognize a phenomenal human being who had graced the city of Hartford for many years, and that's Ruth Knoll, who passed last week. Ruth Knoll, of course, many of you have seen her beautiful face as you walked into the Shower Arts Center. There's a kind of an impression on there with the Ruth Knoll Auditorium that so many of us have gone into. She actually started her choir career the year I was born in 1958. And has spent an incredible amount of time bringing the joy of music to this community. She was known throughout the state and beyond, and I just, rest in peace, Ruth. So, next, as I choke up, she was something. Aldermanic requests, President Resnick.
I have nothing tonight.
Okay, Alderperson Carroll.
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Alderperson Reagan.
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Alderperson Garza.
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Alderperson Turchi.
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Alderperson Webb.
Nothing tonight.
Alderperson Kohler.
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Alderperson Savage.
Hello. We just want to say thank you. Jeff and I walked to the parade and represented the city and had a phenomenal time. I don't know, we just want to say thank you. It was a
Super.
really good turnout.
You
Probably the
betcha.
best I've seen in many years.
Alrighty, sounds
Yep.
Good weather will do that.
So,
It
Yeah,
will.
I will.
Well, I prayed for that, and hey, I'll take credit. So, with that, after aldermanic requests, we have a public hearing, a 2024 budget hearing. I'd like to open that hearing and ask for reading of the notice.
Notice is hereby given that on Tuesday, November 14th, 2023, at 7 p.m. in the council chambers of the City Hall, located at 109 North Main Street, the Common Council of the City of Hartford will hold the public hearing on the proposed 2024 budget, The proposed budget in detail is available for inspection at the clerk's office from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., Monday through Friday.
Thank you. And who's taking this? Steve, are you handling this? Okay, we have with us our city administrator, Steve Volker.
So again, at the last city council meeting, you approved the 2024 budget to be published. It was published the 15 days prior to tonight's public hearing. And again, tonight, what you're going to be doing is reviewing statements from those for or against, and then approving the 2024 annual budget with a property tax levy of $8,767,966 and a property tax rate of $4.67 per thousand of assessed value for those in Washington County and $4.60 per $1,000 of assessed value in Dodge County. The rate for Washington County at $4.67 is the same as 2023.
Thank you very much. At this time, we will entertain appearances for anybody wishing to appear for the budget being put forward. Just come up to the podium and get 3 glorious minutes. Any person for? Third call, any person for? Next appearances against. Any persons wishing to speak against the passage of our budget? Any appearances against? Any appearances against? Hearing none, discussion by council. Go ahead, Alderperson Reagan.
I'd just like to reiterate comments made by Alderman Rusnak at our last meeting when we considered the budget. Nice job, staff, very thorough. It wasn't exactly a really interesting read, but it was a read nonetheless. So, nice job.
For those of us that read it.
There you go.
Super, okay. Seeing no further discussion, I'll close the hearing and ask for action on Resolution 3656, a resolution adopting the necessary funds for the year 2024 and establishing the general property tax.
So move.
So moved by President Rusniak, second by Alderperson Reagan.
Motion by Alderperson Rusniak, seconded by Alderperson Reagan for the adoption of proposed resolution number 3656.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. The amount of money we can spend, we argue more over a copier. It's just so- Okay, and look at the huge crowd. Okay, with that, the next item, resolution number 3657, a resolution adopting the school budget and authorizing and directing the city clerk to spread same upon the tax roll for the city of Hartford. And representing the school district is nobody. Nobody. Okay. Did you have any comment on that, Steve?
Nope.
Okay. With that, would entertain, anybody?
I'll move to approve.
Move to approve. Thank you very much, Alderperson Carroll.
I'll second.
Alderperson Reagan.
Motion by Alderperson Carroll, seconded by Alderperson Reagan for the adoption of proposed resolution number 3657.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
No? Motion carried. Thank you. Standing committee reports. We don't have anything for Finance and Personnel, Public Works, Utilities, so we go directly to resolutions and possible action thereon. The first is the first reading and possible action for ordinance 1479, an ordinance amending ordinances 1475 and 1476 regarding the attachment of 6967 Lark Avenue, tax key number T6-0794-017, and 6971 Lark Avenue, tax key number T6-0794-016. Steve, did you want to go over that?
Yeah, so this is just a cleanup issue. It basically is putting those two, the said properties, 6967 Lark Avenue and 6971 Lark Avenue, into Ward 14, whereas originally it was said to be in Ward 18.
Okay. Given that, would look if anybody, unless they would like a second reading of this phenomenal ordinance, I would need a motion to move forward right away. Go ahead.
Motion to suspend?
Motion to suspend by Alderperson Kohler, second by Alderperson Webb.
Motion by Alderperson Kohler, seconded by Alderperson Webb, to suspend the rules for immediate consideration of proposed ordinance number 1479.
Any discussion? Hearing none to suspend, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Okay, for passage, ordinance 1479. Alderperson Webb, second by Alderperson Carroll.
Motion by Alderperson Webb, seconded by Alderperson Carroll, for the adoption of proposed ordinance number 1479.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Thank you. Our next ordinance, number 1480, for a first reading, an ordinance to amend Chapter 17, that is for housing maintenance through the creation of Article, I'm going to say 16 if I correctly do my Roman numerals. Maintenance of vacant and foreclosing residential properties, and here to explain that is our city planner, Jacob Moss.
Thank you. This ordinance before you is to create a registration for vacant or foreclosed homes in the city of Hartford. Luckily, at this time, there are no foreclosed homes in the city of Hartford, so we're lucky in that aspect. But we do have a couple vacant homes. This will address that. If there are market changes where foreclosures do come, this will allow us to monitor those properties and address them. The extra benefit is it identifies the properties for the police and fire departments so that they can make corrective actions with their public services that they provide them, as well as creating a shut-off with the water utility. This is for like the upcoming season of winter to create shut-offs in case, because one of the biggest damages to homes is water pipe bursts. So this ordinance here is to create that registration of vacant properties and foreclosed properties, and then also you have an Exhibit A, which is the actual registration for vacant and foreclosing residential properties. There will be a $100 fee for the registration, $0 for the termination of the registration. And that is everything. We're making a positive recommendation from staff to move forward with this.
Super. If anybody has any questions for Jacob, you're more than welcome to ask, but if everybody's, go ahead, please.
Jacob, how many vacant homes do we have, ballpark?
On top of my head, I can think of two. One is a property that was damaged by a fire that's been sitting vacant for a while. I don't think it meets the level that would require a raise order. So this would get us on our radar and then also give us a 24-hour contact, which is part of this ordinance, so that when we do have issues, we can get a hold of that person. And another one is over by the high school. It's a duplex condo. It's going through probate, but if you read that ordinance, generally probate properties are exempt or not considered vacant properties, but this one is not secure. You could walk right into it. So this would then instigate us going in to start the process with either with the court system or with the mortgagee, the bank that has the mortgage on that property. So it allows us to move forward on remediating these issues.
Great.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Anything else? Otherwise, we would look for a motion to suspend. Alderperson Kohler. Thank you. Second by Alderperson Reagan.
Motion by Alderperson Kohler, seconded by Alderperson Reagan, to suspend the rules for immediate consideration of proposed ordinance number 1480.
Okay, for immediate consideration,
Motion again.
Alderperson Kohler.
Yeah.
Again. Better. Alderperson Savage.
Motion by Alderperson Kohler, seconded by Alderperson Savage, for the adoption of proposed ordinance number
Wait, did
1480.
we vote on Did we suspending? vote on suspension?
We didn't vote
Oh,
on
okay, you're right. I made that silly assumption.
You
For
suspended
suspension,
that.
all those, yes, I suspended that. Arf, 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 arf. That was good, I like that.
Okay.
All those in favor of suspension signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. We have a motion and a second to adopt 1480. All those in favor of the adoption signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Thank you. Well, we've done away with the second reading, so we've go to the city administrator's report, and that would be our city administrator, Steve Oker.
All right, tonight we have a ambulance service agreement with the town and village of Hustisford. And we were approached by the village and township regarding taking over their EMS service. This will not be fire, but just EMS in the town and village. They had another group doing it and have asked us to bid on it. They contacted us after their meeting and let us know that they, which was last week, and let us know that we were picked to be their EMS service for, again, the town and the village of Hustisford. And so the contract that you see before you mirrors other agreements in which, for EMS-only service. Basically, the Hartford EMS will be able to collect $30,000. And I apologize, you're missing page 2 on your packet, but that's why it was handed out to you tonight in front of you. But in number 2, in page 2, it shows it's $30,000 for both the village and the township to provide the service starting January 1st, 2024, and it will be indefinite contract. Again, if either party decides to stop the contract, again, they have to give us notice or give the other party notice. But this will be a nice addition for our fire department. What we found too is the fact that we are probably the fastest distance for this community, both the village and the township, for immediate response for EMS service. And so that, along with our price, was able to get us this contract. So I'm happy to do this. Just as a reminder, the fire and EMS, we provide both fire and EMS to 3 townships, the town of Rubicon, the town of Hartford, and the town of Erin, portions of the town of Erin. And so this will be an additional area in which we'll be providing, again, just EMS service. So any questions that you have? Yes, Tony?
So is this in addition to what they currently have, or are they not going to have?
No, this is the other party in which originally was their provider either pulled out or gave them a deal that they couldn't accept, so they again went out for bids.
I was hoping Paul would be here tonight. This won't jeopardize our city service, will it? Because it's 13 miles out. You know?
No,
It's a
we
long
looked
way
at,
to run.
yeah, Paul looked at that, we looked at that. The amount of calls that they get out in the town and village of Hustisford is about 1 every 3 days.
Okay.
And it wasn't felt that, you know, it's a great crystal ball question of, are we gonna get the call the same time that we get 5 other calls
Right.
simultaneously?
Or like today, they had 3 back-to-back calls in the area here today.
Yeah,
Three
with
of
a,
them.
I think that was
So
a,
if one of them would have been his.
with a car accident?
Yep, car
with the
accident,
dog?
2 other house calls. Sure.
Yeah, we try to approach the car after the accident, and the dog wouldn't let us get close. But anyways, it is what it is. The situation is that, again, Paul and his staff felt that we'd be able to handle this level of additional calls. Plus, next year, when we have the 3 additional full-time paramedics, firefighters working for us, we should have coverage available.
Okay. I think we all want to be assured that,
Oh, yes.
that it doesn't jeopardize our city coverage.
Right.
Because if 2 ambulances go out to to Hustisford, that leaves 1 back here, and if anything tragic would happen here, we could be in a predicament, but.
And of course,
If
you
Paul
know,
thinks this is good, then I guess we go along with the chief, because he's the one that calls the
yeah.
shots.
And again, you know, we do have a very solid shared service agreement with the surrounding other EMS services. So we do
Sure.
have, I mean, there's always a backup plan for every call we have.
Okay.
It says this is an indefinite agreement. This first year is at $30,000. Are you going to be revisiting the $30,000 at any point in the future by plan?
Isn't that built in?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
built in. Yeah, we have an
Page two.
escalator
Page
clause.
two.
It's based on CPIU, Consumer Price Index.
Page
That's
we
the
didn't get,
same as our
Dennis.
contract that we have with the town of Hartford and then with the town of Rubicon. We'll be bringing those forward to you in the December meeting to approve those contracts with the townships.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
We're going to be getting a new ambulance in 2025. Aren't we adding an ambulance with the new firehouse?
Yeah, we're
that's gonna be-
refurbishing one of the ambulances, and of the new one we get, that we will be keeping the
Right.
fourth one around.
Okay. Now we'll get it paid for.
Sure.
And a minivan too, just in case.
Oh, my God.
I'm kidding. That is all.
Thank you. Okay, for approving the ambulance service agreement with Eustisford. Alderperson Garza, second by Alderperson Webb.
Motion by Alderperson Garza, seconded by Alderperson Webb, approving the ambulance service agreement between the City of Hartford, Village of Hughesford, and Town of Hughesford.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, no. Motion carried. And for adjournment, who would have guessed? Alderperson Webb. Looks like we're not going to adjourn. Oh, Alderperson Carroll.
Motion by Alderperson Webb, seconded by Alderperson Carroll to adjourn at 7:21 PM.
All those in favor of adjournment signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed, no. We stand adjourned. Thank you.